I mean, that really has a strong, bitter after. Ooh, it even tastes better the second time. And welcome to the Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review. Welcome to the Dying Beer Garden. And why is it so dark? I'll get to that in just a second. But before we get too far into this, please let me know where you're viewing from. Town and state or town and country. I love reading where my viewers are watching from. We have them from literally all over the world. Recently, I've had a lot of viewers from Mexico. So check out some of my brew reviews for my Mexican beers, and a lot from Canada, of course, the United States, where I am right now, and virtually all over Europe. So town and state or town and country, please, down below. Love to hear where you're viewing from. So why is it so dark right now? Why are you doing this in the middle of the night, this brew review? I'm not. It's 6 o'clock at night, and we just had the time change. We went from daylight saving time to standard time, which I hate. I hate the whole time change thing. It's 6 o'clock at night. Come on, man. I just got home from work. So now we had to pull out the spotlight and get ready for this brew review, overwhelmingly requested from all over the world, mostly the United States. New Belgium's Cryo Ranger IPA, 7.8%, 33 IBUs. That's the International Bittering Unit. If you're new to brews, the higher the IBU, the more bitter it is. But 33, it's not too bad, about a third of the way up the scale. I'm not a bitter beer type of guy. And brewing companies have been dumbing down the IPAs so much recently in the last few years, I can actually sort of enjoy it. So IPA and India Pale Ale, which are pretty good. I don't mind those. And I've taken a bit of a shine to the New Belgium series. Check out my other review. I don't know why I slipped into an English accent there. Maybe it has something to do with the time change. Don't know. Check out some of my other brew reviews for Voodoo Rangers, all sorts of all crazy kind of stuff they have. In doing just the scantest bit of research for this brew, because of the cryo hops, that's why it's called Cryo Ranger. Cryo hops they use, they said exotic citrus tastes, exotic. And most of the Voodoo Weirdo series has been very fruity, which the ladies tend to like. You don't hear too many guys saying, "Oh, I like the fruity flavor of that IPA. I love the fruitiness of it." No. So, all right, let's go ahead and pop the top, see what we got. Nice effervescent crunch here as we slide into the darkness. Can we see here? Oh, we're getting ready to pour, of course, into the red label, sold out, a Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review glass for 2023. It is getting late in the season, so we're going to have to be creating a brand new label and a brand new Richardson's painted leather patch trucker cap for 2023. 2024, don't even know what we're going to do yet. Probably already sold out. Don't even have them made yet. Already sold out. All right, time for the pour. And as I've said in many of my other videos, whenever you're pouring, never touch the bottle or can to the glass or vessel in which you are pouring. I was told somewhere a long time ago that it's bad luck to do that, or bad etiquette, bad drinking etiquette. So I thought it was kind of quirky and neat. So I never try to touch the bottle or can to the sold out glass. Yes. I noticed also with this blinding light that it looks like I have a sunburn. I'm not. It's just the whole color thing's thrown off. All right. Speaking of color, look at that gold, and I'm trying to see if I can accurately depict it. It's very light in color, almost a straw-like, a slight amount of amber. In real time here, it's not quite as amber as it looks on the camera. But there you go. A frothy white soapy head, which I'm not too excited about. Time for the nose, shall we? And again, if you haven't told me where you're watching from, town and state or town and country, please down below. Love to hear where you're from. And also, if you've had Voodoo Ranger, Cryo Ranger IPA, let me know what you think about it down below. Coming up, if you're new to the brew review, I'm going to rate this brew out of 5 stars. How good a brew is it? Not really on the cheap shelf. I just got this for request purposes. $9.99 a 6-pack at Kroger. And that's really pushing my threshold for spending on on Brew. $9.99 for a 6-pack. All right, time for the nose. Smells like a mild yeast infection. A stale bowl of Fruit Loops, perhaps. Grandma's potpourri sitting on the coffee table in the middle of her living room. And a slight burntness on the back end nose. Kind of like maybe perhaps you have a dead animal in the backyard. Let's hope not. All right. I don't like to drink alone, and as we do here in the beer garden, in front of the dead Grand Fig, man, we went from like summertime, we had about 3 hours of fall, and like an hour later, all the leaves were off the Grand Fig, and it got dark. So grab yourself a brew, and cheers. Let's go. You never drink alone. It is definitely get that. There's a fruitiness in there. I don't know if I would say it's exotic. Hibiscus, maybe a little pineapple, and a much more bitter tongue. That's what she said than I expected. I really taste that bitterness. I'm surprised it's only 33 IBUs. I mean, that really has a strong bitter after. Ooh, it even tastes better the second time. Very bitter aftertaste. I would say probably of the Voodoo Ranger. Hold the can up. They say the Voodoo Ranger. These Voodoo series, probably the most bitter of them. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, out of 5 stars, I'm going to rate this in just a minute. Town and state, town and country that you're viewing from, please. Also, please tap that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. I don't know how refreshing it is, because I do get a strong, well, it's 7.8%. I was going to say I get a very strong alcohol taste. I usually compare that in my other brew reviews to like a Canadian malt liquor. That just seems to be some of the strongest beer in the mouthfeel and taste of its syrupiness of alcohol. That's kind of what I get with this. Maybe some of the, the Baltic beers, some of the Russian beers, maybe a little bit of that. Quality, I get a good taste of quality. Let's go to the lacing. What I say, if you have good lacing, which is the white stuff if you're new to beer drinking, if you have white suds that stick to the inside of the glass, which is a sentence full of alliteration, then that is called lacing. And typically they say if you have a lot of lacing, it's a sign of good quality in the beer. This doesn't have a lot of lacing, but it doesn't taste cheap. Not at all. Out of 5 stars, where am I going to rank Cryo Ranger IPA 7.8% alcohol at $9.99 on sale at Kroger? It's a quality tasting beer. I'm not rating it on cheapness because it's not cheap. It's just on the taste alone, how I feel about the type of beers that I like. I'm not a big IPA guy. I'm not really sophisticated enough to understand hoppy beer, but it's not that bad. If you like hoppy beer, you will like Cryo Ranger IPA. If you don't like hoppy beer, give it a try. Like I said, the back tongue bitterness was kind of surprising to me. Maybe after 3 or 4 of these, you might get over that. But let me know what you think down below if you've had Cryo Ranger IPA. Right now, I'm going to put you on the 3 shelf. And just because the bitterness to me and that kind of weird exotic fruit, it's confusing me. The bitterness and the fruitiness, that whole yeast infection and Fruit Loops, I don't get it. I'm going to put you on the 3 shelf, and that number that's coming to me right now is a 3.62 out of 5 stars. Hey, I appreciate you sticking around and checking us out here at Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review. Join our group on Facebook. Again, tell me down below, town and state, town and country you're viewing from, and please definitely subscribe. Check out some more of my over 150 brew reviews to date. Might have to book an appointment somewhere, make a call. Maybe away for a while. We're good. All right, as we're enjoying the daylight saving time shifting into standard time, this is what we got at 6 o'clock at night. So thank you again. And hey, it's a beautiful day here. It was a beautiful day here in the beer garden. So don't just sit there, grab yourself a brew. You drink that brew. Cheers.